morning to one and all. I am Asha K, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. So today we are going to start with analog electronic circuits. The name of the topic that we are going to discuss in today's class is feedback amplifier. So we have the topic for today's class is module module 3. In module 3 we have chapter 2. The chapter 2 is feedback feedback amplifiers. So what and all we discuss with respect to this. With respect to this particular module is concerned, we first learn the concept of feedback, that is feedback concept. Then what are the different types of feedback amplifiers we have, so that we will discuss, and practical feedback circuits we will discuss. The practical feedback circuits also we have, feedback circuits we have in this particular module. Then the last topic we have here is analysis and design of analysis and design of feedback circuits. Analysis and design of feedback circuits. So these are the topics we have with respect to this feedback amplifier is concerned. So I hope all my students in the prerequisite class, basic electronics, you might have learned an feedback amplifier, an amplifier which has feedback network in its circuit. Maybe the feedback that we have discussed, right? Oscillators also another one type of feedback amplifiers only. The feedback here is a network which consists of some elements is used, and it is interconnected with the amplifier unit, maybe an operational amplifier unit or maybe a transistor based amplifier unit. So here, in case of a feedback amplifier, a portion of the output voltage is connected to the feedback network, which provides a reduced portion of the output as feedback signal, and it produces the feedback voltage. That in turn is connected to the mixer circuit, wherein the data signal and the feedback signal will mix each other, and it will be connected as an input to the amplifier. General circuit explaining the feedback we have written here. Just observe the circuit. We have Vs, which is connected like this. I'll be having an adder or a subtractor based upon what type of feedback amplifiers we are having. And I'll be having an amplifier circuit. So this is the amplifier circuit A. A portion of the output voltage is connected back to the feedback network, which is having the feedback factor beta. The input to this is V output. The output of the feedback network is Vf. The main input to this feedback amplifier is Vs. And see, if I consider an amplifier without any feedback network, the input to such amplifier is Vi. So we have output voltage Vo, a portion of that is connected as an input to the feedback network, which is having the feedback factor beta. Vf is the output of the feedback network, and it is connected to the mixer network. Supply in voltage, which is an input voltage to the feedback amplifier, it's shown in this particular diagram. So if I just expand this particular concept further, so if I redraw the circuit by considering the mixing network and as well as the sampling network, the circuit looks like this. So I'll be having here mixer network. So this is going to combine the feedback voltage and the input voltage, and then we will be having next amplifier circuit. The gain of this particular amplifier is A, and in turn we will be having a sampling network. So this is the sampling network that we are having. So this is the sampling network, and after the sampling network, so it is in turn connected to the feedback network. A portion of the output voltage is connected as an input to the feedback network. So we'll be having a load resistance here. So this is the load resistance which is connected. A portion of this is connected to the feedback network. So this is your V output. And again, I'll be having here the output of the feedback network, which is having the feedback factor beta, is connected to the mixer network. At the mixing side, I'll be having an input supply voltage Vs, which is connected to this. And here the input is Vi. Here it is Vs, here it is Vi. And here I'll be having the output voltage of the feedback network is Vf. So it is the block diagram of AB are the block diagram of feedback amplifiers. Please copy this. The feedback amplifier block diagram consists of an amplifier which is used to amplify the input signal. The basic amplifier is maybe constructed using a bipolar junction transistor or a field effect transistor. The amplifier can either amplify the voltage signal or the current signal. The next one we have is the sampling network, which is used to sample the output signal of the amplifier and give it as an input to the feedback network circuit. The feedback network circuit connects the output of the amplifier to the input of the amplifier, which has a feedback network factor beta that will be multiplied to the V output voltage. The next one we have here is the mixer network, combines the input signal Vs with the feedback signal Vf to generate the input to the amplifier. In sampling, we'll be having two ways of sampling the output signal. According to the sampling parameters, we may have either voltage or current. So based upon that, I'll be having two types of sampling. One is voltage, or it is also called as node sampling. And the second one we have here, it is current or loop sampling. So this is the little explanation about the feedback amplifiers block diagram. Amplifier A without feedback network has gain A. Amplifier with feedback, it is having the gain AF, that is amplifier with feedback signal. Here, this one I have written here it as negative. Sometimes it may be positive also. Oscillator is an example of for positive feedback amplifiers, whereas feedback amplifiers are having more advantages when they are negative feedback amplifiers. The entire module of 3, chapter 2, we will discuss about the negative feedback amplifier. If it is positive, what happens? The circuit will change into an oscillating circuit that we have discussed. Once it is tuned such a way that once it is tuned, we do no need of Vs and all. So we can directly have a part of the output voltage connected back to the input side with the help of a feedback network factor beta. We'll be having the oscillators. That is the only difference. That is one is positive feedback amplifier and the second one is negative feedback amplifier that we are having. So we'll discuss that positive feedback network and the negative feedback circuits. So both in today's class, and what is the gain for the negative feedback circuit and positive feedback circuit, we will discuss. Clear it is copied.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll further move in the next concept explain to you is we have two types of actually general general feedback feedback types general feedback types are either positive or negative. So we may have a positive feedback which is connected at the mixer side or at the negative feedback which is connected at the mixer side. So I'll just draw the diagram. So I have a mixer, I have an amplifier with gain A. A part of this is connected with a feedback factor beta. It's a feedback network. Here I may have a feedback element which is positive or which is negative. This is our output voltage. This is a part of output voltage is an input to the feedback network, and Vf is the output voltage of the feedback network. Say if we are having positive feedback that we discussed with respect to uh, the oscillator is concerned, and we may have a negative feedback, what is going to happen? Say to understand this, I'll start the concept by observing the figure 2. By observing the figure 2, I can write the amplifier without gain. Amplifier without feedback network. The amplifier without feedback. The gain is given by without feedback. The gain is given by A is equal to V output by V input. I call this as equation number 1. And we know that I can write it V output is equal to 8 times of VI. That can easily be written. And feedback factor feedback factor, it is given by beta is equal to Vf divided by V output. Output voltage divided by the input voltage. So from this I can easily write Vf is equal to beta times V naught. So call this as equation number 2 and call this as equation number 3. And also if you just observe the circuit, that is if we have a feedback factor, so with that particular feedback factor, gain with the feedback, say if I have a gain, an amplifier gain with the feedback, an amplifier gain with feedback is given by an amplifier gain with the feedback is given by A with the feedback is equal to V output divided by Vs. So these are important things. I call this as equation number 4. See, by observing the circuit, I can easily write here that so for the positive feedback, if the feedback is positive, if you just observe here, what is the V input voltage? The V input voltage is equal to, the V input voltage is equal to, the V input voltage is equal to addition of, if the feedback is positive, addition of Vs plus Vf. From equation 3, I can write, I'll simplify this, Vs is equal to Vi minus Vf. So Vi minus Vf can be written as beta times V naught. V naught can be written as V naught is equal to A times Vi. So this is some star equation I'll put. So Vi, your beta times A times Vi, that is equal to Vs. Now if I simplify, 1 minus beta A, 1 minus beta A into Vi is equal to Vs. Then substitute this in the with feedback. So if I substitute in this with feedback, AF is equal to V output by Vs is equal to 1, here V output will be there here, 1 minus beta A into your Vi. Now we know that V output by Vi is equal to beta. So hence A divided by 1 minus A beta is A divided by 1 minus A beta is, and gain with the feedback. This is the equation for gain with the feedback. This is for the positive feedback amplifier circuit. Say if I assume I have a negative feedback. So when I have a negative feedback, the equation Vi here will be equal to Vs negative feedback minus Vf. Okay, I'll rearrange. Vs is equal to Vi plus Vf. Then Vi plus beta times V naught. Then Vi plus beta times A into Vi. Then Vi 1 plus A beta or beta A. Then what I'll do, I'll write the equation for AF. V output by Vs is the AF equation, that is the gain with feedback. V output divided by Vi into 1 plus A beta. So finally I can write V output by V input as A, that is 1 plus A beta. So this is the gain with negative feedback. Gain with negative feedback. This classification is based on the type of the feedback, whether the feedback is positive or whether the feedback is negative. Advantages of negative feedback type. So in this particular module, we are going to discuss about the negative feedback type or amplifiers. We'll discuss what are all the advantages of negative feedback used. Advantages of negative feedbacks used. The first one that we have here is higher input impedance. With the help of negative feedback used, we are able to obtain the higher input impedance, so which is one of the advantage that we are having. And the second point we have here is better stabilized voltage gain. A stable voltage gain we can obtain here. So with the help of the negative feedback used in the amplifiers. And also frequency response is improved. Frequency response of the output that we are obtaining is improved. So frequency response improved is the third point. And the fourth point that we have here is for a good amplifier, the output impedance should be low. So that's why low output impedance is possible with the help of negative feedback. And also the reduced noise and other interferences in the amplifier. So if I use a negative feedback type in the amplifiers, reduced noise and other interferences. So we'll be having other interferences. So those interferences also reduced in the amplifier. So this is one of the advantage of negative feedback. Coming to more linear operations possible. So more linear operations are possible with the help of negative feedback, and gain also along with the like stability, gain stability is also that. The gain that we are getting is stabilized. So gain stability is also available. So this is 7 point, and then 8 point is distortion will be less. That is very less distortion we are going to get here. So distortion is less here. Then decreased output resistance is another point. Decreased, so decreased in output resistance. Decreased output resistance is another one advantage. The operating point obtained is stable. So stable operating point is possible. Stable operating point is possible. So that we all know operating point or the Q point or the quiescent point in the amplifier, and bandwidth extension is possible. The 11th point is significant extension of bandwidth is possible. Significant extension of bandwidth is possible with the help of negative feedback used in the feedback amplifier. Two ways of sampling the data, that is sampling network connection. In the sampling network connection, we'll be having two ways of connecting the output. So according to the parameter, so either voltage or current, there are two ways of sampling the output data according to the sampling parameter, either voltage or current. The first one that we have here is voltage, or it is also called as node sampling. In this case of voltage or node sampling, that we all know, I'll write the half a part of the amplifier. We'll be having the amplifier with a gain A. A load resistance is connected across this. We call it as RL. Output voltage. The output voltage is sampled by connecting the feedback network in parallel across the output. So the feedback network, the feedback network is connected parallel across the output voltage. So this is the feedback factor beta. It is again connected to this side. There will be an input to this amplifier also. So this type of connection that we all know that we will be having mixer circuit also at this particular site. So I'll discuss different types of mixing network also. If this type of connection is used, we call it as voltage or node sampling. Here, the output voltage V output is sampled by connecting the feedback network in shunt across the output. We have the second one type of sampling connection that is called as the current, or it is also called as loop sampling. Current or loop sampling. In this case, the output current is sampled by connecting the feedback network in series with the output. If you just observe this particular circuit, so I'll be having an amplifier A, and we will be having a load resistance. A part of this particular output voltage, it is connected in series with the feedback network. So this is the feedback network, and it is connected like this. Here current is the parameter that we are using. So current I naught is involved in the calculation. So whereas in this case, the output voltage is involved in the calculation. So these two are the type of the sampling network. One is voltage or node sampling, and the second one is current or loop sampling. So in this case, it is the voltage is shunt with the load resistance, whether it is series with the load resistance. We have the next concept at the input side. The main the main basic elements or the building blocks of the amplifier, feedback amplifiers are mixer circuit, amplifier, feedback network, and the last one sampling network that just we discussed. Now, based upon the input side, we have that mixer network. We'll be having two different ways or the way of connecting the input to the amplifier network. So in this particular mixer network, there are two ways of mixing the feedback signal with the help of the input that we are connecting. So based upon that, in the mixing network, we have two combinations of mixing. One is called as series input connection, and second one we call it as shunt input shunt input connection. Okay, the first one is series input connection, and the second one we have here is the shunt input connection. So in this case, we have the first one, that is the basic amplifier will be there. So this is the amplifier. So this particular amplifier has a amplification factor. If the input voltage that I am applying, if this is in series with this resistance and it is connected like this, we call it as series input connection. Say from the feedback network, so this is our feedback network. So from this particular feedback network, so we are connecting like this, it is in series. So hence it is called as series input connection. So this is series input connection, or it is also called as series mixing network. So this is at the input side. We are mixing this in series mixing. The resistance I have here is RS, and the voltage we have here it is negative positive Vs. So here the input voltage to this particular amplifier without gain is Vi, with gain is Vs. Another one combination we have here, it is the second one, which is called as shunt mixing, which is connected in parallel. So the second one we have here is shunt mixing or the shunt input connection. So in case of shunt input connection, I'll be having a current source. This current source will be in parallel with the resistance Rs, and here which is connected to the amplifier, which has the gain A without feedback, and then this connection, we just observe here, it is connected in parallel to the feedback network. So this is our feedback network. So this is the feedback network connection that I have. So here it is the output of the amplifier circuit input to the feedback network. The current here it is IF current is the feedback current that I am going to get. From this, we are going to get the voltage, that is feedback voltage that we are going to get. So this is the amplifier feedback network that is having the feedback factor beta, and here also feedback factor beta. This is the amplifier with gain. Based upon this, how we are connecting, whether it is voltage and resistance or current and resistance, we have two types of mixing. One is called as the series mixing, and another one is called as the shunt mixing. So these the first two sampling network connections and the series network connections are very, very important. Based upon this 2 plus 2, so we'll be having the variations of different types of feedbacks.